Good morning, I'm Bill Cook and we're down here at the U of A Cooperative Extension in Greenlee County. And today we're going to prune a peach tree. Now the same thing here applies to nectarines as well. They have the same growth habit. On peaches and nectarines, the fruit is born on the scion wood, which is last summer's growth. And if you can see here, these fat fuzzy little buds in pairs, that's going to be the fruit next year. So one of the things you have to consider with a peach tree bearing on the scion is that it'll grow that much every year, which means this year the fruit is here, next year the fruit is here, and the limbs get long and all the weight's out on the tips, so they break easily. So it takes just a little bit more doing to prune a peach tree. And you can see here, the part that I've already pruned, how sparse that looks compared to the part up there where we haven't pruned yet. But the idea is I'm only letting it grow, 6 inches, maybe a foot in places each year, so that next year's fruit will be here instead of over there. So that's the whole idea. And if you look at this, you can see where last year's cut was made. You see any of this branching here, that's last year's cut. So all of this is the peaches. Now this might seem like you're cutting most of the peaches off of the tree, and actually you are, but this tree will bear, say, 25 pounds of peaches, whether I have 200 marbles or 50 nice big fat ones. You're going to thin it. At this rate, you're going to thin it anyway. So this also does a lot of the thinning. So to start with, what we're doing here is we're taking out anything that does not belong. Crossed limbs, damaged limbs, diseased limbs, dead, that sort of thing. Now, this kind of depends on your situation. This limb here, it's a nice limb, but the problem is that this is maintained with a mower, and we have to be able to mow around this thing, and we have to be able to check the water. So we're trimming this thing up off the ground a ways for easy access. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this low stuff off, and I'm going to make a point of cutting right at the growth ring that is around every limb. And if you're not sure what a growth ring is, you can take a look right here. You'll see a raised thing, looks like a donut around the bottom of that limb. So every limb has a growth ring. This is a real nice one. It's easy to see. So you would cut just to the outside edge of that. So the next thing we're going to do when we get our low stuff off is we're going to start looking for bad crotches, which means a narrow crotch, something at a poor angle. Now there's not much of that on this tree because we've been pruning it since day one. So we will just move on. The next thing you're going to start looking for is things that grow straight up. And the reason that you don't want any of this growing straight up, say for example, here's something that's going straight up. If this bears peaches, they're going to hang to the side. When the wind blows, they're going to rub, and it's going to damage the skin and allow access to insects, disease, that sort of thing. The other thing we're pruning for here is shape and balance, and of course access to pick fruit. As this tree gets larger, we'll open it up a little further, but for now this is how it is. So we're going to get in here, we're going to take out anything that's growing straight up. Here's something that's crossed. And we're going to take out all this vertical stuff. It just does not belong. Now we're going to start looking about direction. So anywhere you cut this, you're influencing the direction of the tree. Say for example, right here, I've got these three. This one's going up. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to come out here 4 or 5, 6 fruit buds. I'm going to pick a bud that's pointed in the direction that we want. And that's the direction that limb's going to grow. Now that we have a prevailing wind in the spring, so I'm going to select buds that grow a little bit into the wind, given the opportunity. So we come in here, cut this one back, this one straight up and down, and away we go. Now we're getting up into here. So what we want here is balance. So I am going to remove that side branch. I'm going to cut this one back, this one back. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to cut this to shorten the new growth. And now we have balance. And you can see we're going up this limb. Here's some side branches. Come up here. I can cut to that. Now it's going to go that way. Shorten those. And that branch is pruned. Now we're getting up here towards the top, and I would like to keep this tree short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here with a slightly more aggressive cut, and I'm going to cut it right there, making this the new limb. When you're looking at two limbs that are going in the same direction and performing the same function, opt for the one that's closer to the roots. In that way you can keep your weight to the inside of the tree, and it helps a little bit when the wind blows. So up here we're crowded. So that one will come out. Tip those. Come over here to this branch. You have a branch here and here. This one is crowding the one below it and above it. Take that out, and we'll just keep on around this tree in the same fashion, cutting out anything that does not belong. There's something that looks a little pathetic. We'll take it out. Again, I want this limb to grow outward. So now this is the end of the limb. This is where it's going to grow. These are going to be side branches. Eventually, these might crowd some other limbs. They can come out at a later date. Never hurts to leave a little bit to take out next year. can see what we're doing here is we go down this limb, we're balancing it side to side. That helps a lot when you have the weight of a crop on it. Prevents some breakage. And of course, the better your crop hangs, the better the quality of your fruit is going to be, because ideally you want most of your fruit borne on horizontal wood. That way it will hang down unobstructed if you've pruned it right, and there will be no damage to the fruit. Now we have some stuff here that's growing back into the center of the tree. That's no good. We have a little bit here. It's not going in too far. We can let that grow a peach or two. And we're getting pretty much there. One little hint sometimes that I find particularly useful is know when to stop and don't look back, because you'll be working your way down the row and you'll look back and you'll always see something that you missed. But you know, you can save a little bit of that for next year. So here we have a pruned peach tree. And it might look like I've just slaughtered the crop. Well, when you start counting the fruit buds, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. There's over 20 potential peaches right in that area. So there's actually still a pretty good crop left. You're going to wind up thinning anyhow. So don't be afraid to get in there and remove some scion. So for more information, you can go to our YouTube channel. We have videos and slideshows in there on a wide range of subjects. Of particular use would be tools. Thank you.